Welcome everyone to this evening's live broadcast from the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. My name is Larkin Sell. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. Oops, it looks like on YouTube we have my phone in there. I'm recording, guys, on both Facebook and YouTube, so bear with me while I learn this new technology. This evening, my friends, we are going to be talking about a very important and powerful topic, as always. But this evening, guys, we are going to be discussing how to choose and how to plant the seeds that you want to reap a harvest from. Okay, this is really the best way to look at this, is talking about, planting seeds and reaping a harvest. So this evening, we're going to talk about that. My little dog, Jackie, wants up in my lap. And we're going to talk about that. And I want you to think of it in terms of your life. What does this mean for you and your life? What are the seeds that you have planted that have brought you to your current reality? Maybe the one you want to change or up level or improve. And what have you been reaping from it? Okay. Just as Timmy did, guys, when you log on, both on YouTube and Facebook, please feel free to say hello. Let me know that you're there, maybe why you're tuning in, where you're listening from. This is your opportunity to ask questions. I love questions, so feel free to post any questions that you have about this evening's topic tonight. Timmy, hello. Tia, hello. Welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. And anyone on YouTube, for those of you on YouTube, just so you know, we're live here on the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page and the Larkin Sell page on YouTube. Okay. Timmy says, I love planting seeds wherever I go. Awesome. And tonight we're going to be talking about the seeds that have resulted in your current life experience or circumstances, as well as what seeds you are planting now and the change you need to make in what seeds you want to be planting to get the results or the harvest that you want in the future, right? So you don't plant a seed and then boom, you get a result right away. Everybody wants, immediate gratification nowadays. It doesn't work. Okay. You might think it works temporarily, but it doesn't work. It won't hold up. It's like trying to build a straw hut for the night. Guys, I have a lot of outdoor survival training, and I can tell you, you can build that hut in a night, no problem. But it doesn't mean that it's going to stand the wind and the rain and the storms and the hurricanes and the test of time, right? You're going to need to do some more work for that. So those of you on YouTube, I apologize. I thought I fixed my lighting, but it looks like I'm real dark over there. So guys, for those of you who don't know and you're not familiar with my work, my name is Larkin Sell. I've been a transformational specialist, a law of attraction coach, and mindset mentor for over 12 years now. After transforming my own life, I have a long background of study in spirituality and metaphysics and neuroscience and neuro-linguistic programming and hypnotherapy, and I'm a psychic intuitive medium. So there's all sorts of things that I'm bringing to this from a very well-rounded perspective. So chances are any questions you have, I can answer them for you. So don't be shy. Hopefully you have your notebooks, your pens, your questions, and your friends. Okay. So I always give you guys something you can get off of here and practice. And I think in order for you to do that this evening, it's really important that you take a look at what seeds have been planted. Maybe you're not aware of all the seeds that have been planted that have led to your current reality, or maybe past realities that you didn't like or you found undesirable. But regardless, it's very important to understand what those seeds are so you don't purchase or take those seeds again and replant them, right? Timmy says we're all farmers of our souls. Yes, we are. Absolutely. And if you guys check out the post that I put on the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page last night, it's very powerful because it really talks about how we are, experiencing basically our inner space, our inner environment, our inner state of consciousness in our manifested form. So just like when you're baking a cake, you can't expect to have it immediately, right? You have to wait while you put the ingredients together and you make the batter and you heat up the oven, you put it in the right pan, you bake it, and you take it out. Then for most cakes, you have to let them cool. You might have to ice them or flip them over. Okay, so this isn't an immediate turnover, but you can start to sense, feel, and experience immediate change if you learn to know what it means to have a frequency in alignment with where you're wanting to go and where you're not, right? You need to learn to connect and associate your thoughts and feelings and choices and those patterns with your vibrational frequency. Otherwise, I could say to you all day long, you have to raise your frequency to get what you want. You've lowered your frequency. That's why you're not getting it, right? That won't mean anything to you if you don't understand how to associate your thoughts and feelings and choices and actions with that, okay? Nope. Sorry, I have a kitty wanting to jump on my stand, and she's going to knock everything over. This is a very fragile setup, guys. And she just waits for me to get on my broadcast. Calicos. So think about, what seeds have you planted in the past? You know, maybe you are struggling with health or your weight. There are, without a doubt, seeds that you planted that have led to or have been planted. If they're really, really old, out-of-date seeds, right, then that means that maybe they were planted when you were just an infant and you haven't known to change them yet. Maybe you don't know to change them. Maybe you don't know how to change them. Maybe you don't even know they're there. I've had plenty of clients come to me who wanted to get in shape and lose weight. And inevitably, one of the things they always say to me is, well, you know, I grew up in a healthy household. My mom made us great meals, you know. I have a good relationship with food. Well, when we dug a little deeper and we got into the trolls that were in that 95% of their subconscious mind, we found that, yeah, they really did believe that. And in a lot of cases, the parents and family they grew up with really believed it too. But it wasn't true, okay? They had grown up maybe not exercising, not eating food that was a good match for them. So you really have to look a little bit closer. You might have, you know, coffee seeds for a coffee plant, but, excuse me, if you're not, you know, coffee only grows in about a 30-degree range of temperature, maybe not even that much. And if you don't get it right, if you don't have the right amount of rain, the right amount of sun, the right temperature, those seeds aren't going to grow, right? So a lot of people, you know, they think they've grown up in a household maybe that had a good relationship, or they think they've grown up in a household that maybe had, you know, had a good diet. But yet somehow they have this harvest that came from seeds that had to come from somewhere. Okay, you are not going to get a pumpkin plant or a pumpkin from an apple tree. You're just not. It's not possible. Okay. I teach people to do miracles. I teach people the impossible. There is no such thing as impossible. And yet I can tell you that you're not going to get, you know, a pumpkin from an apple tree. So this is what you guys really need to assess. When you get off of here tonight, go backwards in this process. Look at your current situation and then look at, you know, what seeds were planted. Because somewhere along the line, there were seeds that you didn't want now. Maybe they served you at the time, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is you can't expect to be getting a harvest that doesn't match that seed. So if you've been struggling 6 months or more and you're wondering, why can't I change this? How many of you ask yourself this question? Why can't I change this? Why is it taking so long? Why am I stuck? Okay, you're never stuck. Do you ask yourself these questions? Let me know if you guys ask yourself these questions. Why does everyone else seem to be making quick changes, but I don't? Why does everyone else seem to be able to get what they want or figure out how to do it, but I can't? If that's you, you really need to think about it. And those are the parts of your life, those are the harvests that you need to look at and get really clear, guys, very clear about what seeds have been planted and what plants are growing in my harvest. So you guys have probably heard me say that your current reality is it's your past. You're living in your past in your current reality. Okay. And it's really kind of cool, you know. It's been said that your current reality is old news. That's also true. It's just another way of saying it. So if you want a new reality in your future and you don't want more of the same old news, what do you think you have to do? Well, you're going to have to plant new seeds. And in some cases, you're going to have to pull up the old seeds, the old plants that were growing already in order to build new ones, right? To plant new ones in that space. You've got to be able to create that space for yourself. Timmy says generational curses. Well, I guess you could think of it that way. Curses has a totally different meaning to me. I don't believe in curses. They only work if you believe they do. The only thing a curse is something that you believe someone has done or said to create a certain outcome for you, or a curse has been put on you or your family. And the truth is that the only power that ever has is a self-fulfilling prophecy that you believe. If you don't believe in any of that, it can't happen. Okay. And the mind loves the drama of that, I've studied a lot of, what's behind the history of witchcraft and all that. Witchcraft wasn't bad, guys. Not all witchcraft was bad. That's just something that the church has told us. Okay. It's just alchemy. I'm teaching you guys alchemy, how to manipulate vibrational frequency in the way you were innately meant to. There's nothing dark or evil about that. We're here to do that, okay? Everything's energy. Our thoughts and feelings are energy. We are energy. All energy has a frequency. All I'm teaching you to do, excuse me, guys, spring allergies, and when I get talking, I get coughing, but everything has a frequency. So your thoughts change that, your feelings change that, your choices change that, your beliefs change that. It's a fact. It's a scientific fact. I may be an intuitive psychic medium, but I can tell you right now, I am also a science person. They are not mutually exclusive. And I am definitely here to spread the word that they're not. The church taught us that because the church didn't want people to be open-minded enough to believe or do anything out of the church's control. That has nothing to do with Jesus or Buddha or anything like that. It has nothing to do with the great teachers. The great teachers did not teach any of that. The great teachers did not teach that you can't be, spiritual or light candles or, they didn't teach any of that crap. The church is the people, the human people who wanted to use the name of the church, use that to control you. That's a huge difference, okay? And I don't want to get into religion here on this page, but it's all we're doing here is learning to effectively use the mind and your consciousness and your power to manipulate energy. In other words, to direct energy where you want and need it to go in order to get a desired result. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all alchemy is. There's different levels of it. Okay? So this whole curse thing is just a game of the ego. If you want to believe there's such a thing, then fine. You'll keep experiencing whatever you think that curse says. If the only reason that people see curses being broken is because they've hired someone to come and break the curse, and then they believe that it's broken because they hired that person to come do it. It's the belief, nothing else. Okay? So those can also be seeds. Sorry, guys. Should have brought a cough drop. When will I learn? Timmy says we all have a specific journey that is relevant. Yes, we do. And if some of you aren't going to like this one, if we fulfill it, awesome. If we don't, that's okay. Why is that okay? Because everything is always in balance. So for some of you, you may not fulfill what you felt you came here to do. And that's okay. Because everything in the universe is always in perfect balance. So if you step off of your path that you chose to come and fulfill, someone else will take that place. Someone and something else will fulfill that role. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do what you're here to do. If you believe you're here to do something, we all like to be purpose-driven. But yesterday in the Women's Awakening Circle, I did a broadcast about being instead of doing. It's most relevant first that you guys focus on your being. Because without the being and the learning to be present, there will be no successful doing. We're all trying to do with a hollow shell. Okay, that's one of the things that makes my coaching program so special. I teach people to authentically create. You learn first to discover and remember who you are and the power of that being. This is how my clients learn to have their goals, dreams, wishes, and desires chase them down instead of them chasing down what they want. We're not supposed to be chasing down what we want. But you can't reclaim that power, guys, until you get back in alignment with your authentic self, okay? Let's see. Timmy says relevant to a specific time. That could be too. Time could play a big part in that as well, Timmy. Absolutely. So guys, think about what seed you planted. So number one for your exercise tonight, you're going to be, writing down what are the things you've been struggling with to change or manifest for 6 months or more. Number two, what crops do you currently have that were planted in the past? Right? Number three, what seeds planted those crops? That's one of the things I help my confidence and clarity clients to do. Now, I always give you guys free stuff you can get off here and do, but I will remind you it is not the same as having a good mentor. Okay, I'm not saying that as a sales pitch. I don't really care if you think I am. It's kind of funny because nowadays, if you're trying to say something authentically to give people advice, everyone's so defensive. They'll jump back. Oh, you're just trying. I don't care if you think that. I'm just giving you the honest advice. I wasted 17 years doing every cheap, free thing I possibly could to try to get around investing in a mentor because I didn't believe I had the money. And that was a huge, huge, huge mistake. Huge. Okay. I'm not even trying to get you to coach with me. I'm just telling you the exercising I'm giving you are always powerful. You will get a lot out of them if you implement them. But understand that if you really are serious and you want real lasting results, you need to get yourself a good matching mentor. And you will invest a pretty penny to do it. Why? Because you're paying them for results. Not for their hour, their time, whatever. You're paying them for results. And you're paying them for the struggle and suffering they had, the money they've invested to learn these things. Guys, I've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, in my investment in myself and getting myself to a point where I could do this. Okay? Decades of struggle and suffering. This is far more than I would ever get out of a degree. So what people pay me for is to cut years and decades off of their struggle and suffering time, trying to figure it out all on their own. And that's priceless. So again, it doesn't have to be me. I take less than 50% of the people that apply to coach with me, but please take this advice and get yourself a mentor. Okay. You might be afraid to do that, but if you look back in 3, 5, 10 years, it's like, damn, I could have been there. You could be in 3 to 6 months or a year. Think about where you want to be. It's really as simple as that. If you don't get a mentor, you're not going to be there. I can just tell you that right now, because the mind plays tricks on you. You need the outside support away from your misery loves company crowd. So I'm just sharing this to you guys with good advice because your life is created by that 95% of your mind you're not aware of. And that is the land, that is the territory where we plant these seeds. Okay? If you don't understand that territory and you don't know how to make the space and you don't know how to prepare the land for the seeds and you don't know how deep to dig the holes for those seeds, you don't know how to apply it. This is me saying you don't know how to apply the information and knowledge that you don't know which information and knowledge is even right? You don't know if you've got good seeds, bad seeds, if they're the right kind of seeds. Think about it. When have you planted a garden? You can't just go get lettuce and carrot seeds. You have to actually know which seeds are the hardiest, which ones work in the type of soil that you have, which seeds are, made for the right type of environment that you have with the right type of climate. How much do you have to water those seeds? How deep do you have to dig the hole? How far apart do you have to plant those seeds for them to prosper? Okay, that's what a good mentor does. They show you all of that. How is it going to work best for you to plant these seeds in your particular garden in your part of the world? You can get all the info, but not all the info is relevant. A lot of it can hurt you instead of serving you. So when you guys are planting your seeds, you have to take all these things into account. I have a lot of women entrepreneurs, and what's interesting is that a lot of them have been through programs or they've taken training for business. A lot of them have their MBA or they're certified in something, but that hasn't helped them with their business. A lot of them have had, CEOs as their business mentor, but it hasn't helped them with their business. Why? Because they don't know what to do with the seeds and they don't know how to nurture those plants to get the harvest that they desire. Maybe they reap the harvest too early. Maybe they wait too long to reap the harvest. Maybe they don't know when to replant. They forgot to turn the soil. You guys see what I'm saying? You can all relate this to your own life. So I encourage each and every one of you guys tonight to follow the steps I gave you. What has you been struggling to manifest or transform for 6 months or more? What is the harvest you currently have that you don't want or you want to change, or that you do want? Take a toll, right? What seeds were planted? Okay, which again, you might need someone to help you go through that. You certainly, even if you dig up some of them, you're not going to dig up all of them, I guarantee it. Because you're going to keep finding these old seeds, these old beliefs, these old self-limiting beliefs. And Timmy, what you said was actually very relevant because it's not so much as a generational curse, although some people view it that way. If that's how they view it and title it, that's their choice. That's fine if that's their perspective. But the truth is, as I've spoken about in several of my recent broadcasts, those seeds, so often bad seeds or seeds that no longer serve you and your climate, are often, that's us living by default. Those are seeds that were passed down often through generations that you don't even know where they came from. But if you are not in charge of your mind, if you're not the gardener in charge, you didn't pick your seeds specifically, you didn't prepare the land, you didn't know what to do with them, and everything about those seeds and that land and that climate. It's the same as when I tell you that you're living by default, okay? Which means that instead of learning to choose your thoughts and choose your feelings based on the outcome that you want, and learn what choices you have to make to get that outcome that you want, what you end up doing is you end up having the seeds in the harvest from everyone and everything around you that is influencing you, programming you, and brainwashing you. Okay? And you end up doing this, it's called living by default. You think you're making these choices, but what you're doing is you're making choices based off of that 5% of your mind you're conscious of. The 5% that I say, stop believing your thoughts, that means don't believe them. Okay? So in that way, Timmy, it is sort of like a generational curse, even though it's not a curse. I don't really believe in that word. But some people would view it that way. Think about it. You're literally affected by millions and millions and millions of factors when you're living by default. There's millions and millions of influences wanting to bombard you all the time. If you don't learn to become your mental gatekeeper, which is one of the things I teach my clients to do, then you are living based on the fears, beliefs, self-limiting beliefs, seeds that were planted literally hundreds and thousands of years ago. Because think about it. We pass those down. Think about just the habits that you learned from your parents and grandparents that are now not serving you. Don't you think they were influenced in the same way that you were influenced? They were also programmed by default. Then they passed their version of being living by default onto you. You can stop all that right now. You can stop hundreds and thousands of generations and millions of factors of living by default that has created your life if you have not been the designer, the conscious designer of your life up until now. You can put a stop to that right now. But you have to learn to be very meticulous about the seeds that you purchase and invest in, how and when you plant them, and the inner environment, which is your mind, that will nurture and grow those seeds into plants, into your harvest. Okay? If you're not doing that, the people you hang out with, your family members, your friends, your colleagues, the TV shows you watch, the movies you watch, the billboards you read, the news you read, what you listen to, the music you listen to, even your own thoughts brainwash you. This is the bottom line of it, guys. It's not that complicated. What I teach is very simple. It's just very hard for people to unlearn and then unlearn all the training that you've had throughout your lifetime so that you become this master farmer. Okay. Do you guys have any questions before we hang up tonight? Timmy has a great question. He asks, why don't they naturally die? That's a great, great, great question. There's several answers to that. Number one, for survival, our mind and our brain, they all work together. And I shared on yesterday's terrific tips. You guys can check it out on the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. It was about becoming the best version of you and creating the best version of your life. Okay. And so our mind, right? Well, we have our superconscious, which is never incarnated. That's like our higher eternal self. And then our consciousness, our conscious mind, which is really connected to our incarnated self. It's like a lower vibrational version of our superconscious. And then we have our mind, which dies when our body dies, but it's not tangible like our brain, right? And then we have our brain. And our brain is where we do our neurological reprogramming. It immediately affects our mind, right? So what you have is the brain is like the most physical form version of our superconscious. The superconscious is like our godlike self, okay? So our mind is there to keep us alive, and so is our brain, right? So when we are neurologically programmed before we're the age of 6, this starts before we're even born, right? It's all about survival. And initially this worked to keep us alive as human beings. So the reason that these habits don't just die is because initially all of our habits are created to keep us alive. And if they naturally died, we would just be a blank slate again at any part in our life. And our survival instincts, the mind's ability to keep us alive and the brain's ability to keep us alive wouldn't give us the ability to intentionally adapt and adjust. And humans' ability to adapt is vital. It's absolutely vital. It's one of the things that kept us alive. Okay. So the same reasons that we have trouble making the changes that we need, allowing those aspects, those seeds, those plants, those harvests to die so we can create new ones, are also the very same things that kept us alive. And that's why, Timmy, okay? There's a very scientific answer to that. And it also gives us freedom to utilize our free will to make changes in our life. But we have to go through the same reprogramming process in order to be able to do that. Okay. For those of you who do not know, and Timmy, I hope you will join our next one. Every month, I host a 5-day free confidence and clarity to your dreams challenge, and I will post the link below. Okay. The next one is going to be April 20th through the 25th. If you would like 5 free days of working very intensely with me, which is thousands of dollars of free coaching, or you're going to get my help and my assistance for 5 days. Again, it's not the same as mentorship, guys, but what this is going to do is it's going to give you clarity and confidence. Hi, Diane. Welcome. Guys, say hi when you pop on. I love it when you say hi. It helps Facebook to help other people to find this, okay? But I have some people that are writing testimonials for the 5-day confidence and clarity to your dreams challenge. I'm going to start posting those and their experience. Basically, what happens is you're going to get to build some confidence, get clarity that's absolutely mandatory for creating transformation and a successful manifestation of things that you're wanting to manifest in your life. It's going to kickstart and skyrocket you in a direction of being able to really get started manifesting those things and creating those transformations. Okay, it's going to get you a chance to get to know me a little bit better, working in a private group with a great group of people. Okay, so I would highly appreciate it if you would share those. You guys are welcome to post, share any of my events. If you share online 10 or more of any of my events, I will send you a free gift as a thank you. Okay. But I'm really looking for people that are serious about wanting to create real change. It is kind of like a mental boot camp. It really is. I help you guys get to the bottom of what you're struggling with. Okay. And again, it's not the same as mentorship, but it's 5 free days of working with me, where you can really get some clarity. And most importantly, I want you to get out of this a sense of your own empowerment as a creator. How powerful you are to actually affect change, transformation, and manifest in your life. I want you guys to learn to reclaim your power. Okay, I don't want people to be dependent on me. I'm great for validation. I'm great for getting you going. That's what you need to get to do what you need to do, right? But I want you guys to feel empowered. So, please share the event. Again, I'll post the link down here that has the instructional video for how to register. But I'm not advertising these events, guys. So the way people are going to find them is if you share them, let them know you had good results, or, refer them to me. I always appreciate it if you guys like and share this broadcast and this page. If you're on YouTube, please help me grow my teeny tiny YouTube page. And you guys can also visit us on the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page, okay? I will be back sometime in the next few days with terrific tips and other great stuff. For those of you who are unaware, you are welcome to join us in the My Powerful Choices Top 5% in Abundance group and the Women's Awakening Circle and Abundance group as well. Anyone who adds 10 or more people to that group, I will also mail you a free gift as a thank you. But I have a really long list of people wanting to get in those groups who have not answered the questions. I will absolutely not allow anyone in those groups that do not complete the questions. So if you do invite people, please remind them they need to answer the questions so I know they're a good match for the group, okay? Tia and Timmy and Diane, anyone else who tuned in on YouTube and Facebook, it is my honor and my pleasure to serve you. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and joining me here online. I love you all so much. Timmy, thanks for your awesome questions. We will be back Tuesday night here at 7 for our next live free weekly broadcast. And in the My Powerful Choices Top 5% in Abundance group for our free live Money in Abundance training at noon on Wednesday. Okay? Guys, I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Have an amazing weekend if I don't see you. Check out my hundreds of videos on this page if you guys need more inspiration and motivation this weekend. Okay? Have a great night. Stay safe and stay home. Bye, guys. Bye, YouTubers. Check us out on my Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. Love you guys.